Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. We are currently standing in front of a goldsmith's guild because, yes, Eric, for our Stormblood, monk quest. Serenia, dim though you are, I would swear you possess an innate ability to sense when you're needed. And on that note, I have a task for you. Your fellow brute Widargelt is some matter or other weighs heavily on his mind of late. Knowing him, it can only pertain to Ala Mhigo, but the stubborn oaf is determined to keep it pent up inside. Love to trouble me with it or some such nonsense, I shouldn't doubt. But you, my friend, you are as a sister to him. If there's a woman alive in whom you would be willing to confide, it is you. For the hopeless idiot's sake, I bid you go to Revenant's Hall and place yourself at his disposal. And Professor Eric goes to Ala Mhigo himself. We know this from the Dragoon quest. Because we met him there in the temple of Fist of Rhalgr that has fallen to ruin. Good. That will be all for today. You have done well. I'm pleased with your progress. You always say that, Master, but we're nowhere near where we want to be. Not even close. Indeed. And besides, any progress we make, we owe wholly to you. Damn right. Without your guidance, we'd be going nowhere fast. My guidance. Serenia, I'm glad to see you. Things are well here, as you can see, but, Sensor, Ochaka, you may go ahead. I would speak with Serenia. These two grow stronger every day. Shadows darken their way no more. Their purpose is clear. Would that I could say the same of mine. You see, I've received an offer. With the Resistance. They ask that I rejoin them. Lead one of their units. Once I would have jumped at the chance, but no more. No longer do I live for revenge. You and the Professor showed me it is not the way. So I will turn down the offer. I will focus not on fighting, but rebuilding. But what is within my power? Beyond the battlefield, how can I serve my homeland? Forgive me. I should not trouble you with this. It is my answer to find. But first, I will give the Resistance their answer. My thanks for listening, Serenia. He still agonizes over it. Aye, hardly the state of mind to be in for such an important meeting. Isn't there anything we can do? Not us two. His pride will not allow it, but you, Serenia, he opened up to you just now, did he not? I dare say he will do so again. We're terribly sorry to impose, but could you please follow Master Widargelt? Watch over him in our stead? Oh. We are in your debt, Serenia. He's bound for little Ala Mhigo, I believe. You would bear witness to my resolve? Very well, sister. Witness me. Have you made up your mind, then? I have. Your offer does me great honor, but with respect I must decline. My days of vengeance are over. I see. That is your decision, and I shan't press you further. Yet I would be lying were I to say I'm not disappointed. With your mastery of a fist, your contribution to our struggle would have been immeasurable. I'm sorry. Do not be. Remember, fighting is not the only way to serve one's nation. We, each of us, must find our own path to walk. Our own path. There's a place I would be. I take my leave of you. 'Tis plain you know Widargelt better than most. If you are indeed his friend, as I mark you to be, I needn't tell you to be there for him. Up above? To find me here. You know me too well, Serenia. The mark of a destroyer. My people bought here when the Empire came. The risk was great, but their faith was greater still. Alas, that faith is all but faded. Wiped away from the motherland. The Guardians suffer not the divine. They allow us not even the solace of worship. By Rhalgr, I know now that which I can do for Ala Mhigo. All along there was but the one path. Let us return to Raven's Hall. There I will tell all. Oh, Eric is here as well. Thank you all for coming. I have found my calling and would share it with you. I will go to Gerbania and there revive the Fist of Rhalgr. Well then, we're coming with you. We won't let you out of our sight, not until you've repaid the debt at any rate. Suffice it to say, I too shall come. The lands of Gerbania harbor countless mysteries, and such knowledge as I possess will doubtless serve you in your endeavor. And you, sister? Can I count on you as well? I'm not feeling up to it. I'm with you all the way. I'm glad. Your presence gives me heart. The mission will not be easy, but I will not rest until I succeed. And the Fist of Rhalgr is returned to the land. This I swear. Oh, on that inspiring note, I shall go and make ready. And Widargelt, pray do not forget what we discussed. We will depart anon. Pray see to your preparations, Serenia. Return of a monk. Are you ready to depart, sister? Good. The professor has already left. He makes for a village called Ala Mhigo. There he will take the measure of the land. I would strike out soon as well. But one matter troubles me still. The creed for the new Fist of Rhalgr. With all due respect, Master, but at this rate we'll never get to Gerbania. You're right. Sometimes the answer cannot be forced. Maybe it will come to me on the road. Very well. Let us away. En route, I would make a stop. The place is called Schism. Schism? Monks once trained there. In revisiting the past, we may better walk the future. Gerbania and here's where we found Eric with a dragoon. As a child, I came to this place. I faced fearsome fiends that we might open our chakra. In returning here, I hoped there would be a spark, inspiration for a new creed. But it's not so simple. The Fist once taught that through a pursuit of strength, one can approach the sublimity of Rhalgr. A teaching our forebears followed to their undoing. In pursuit of strength, they sought the power to rule, and by that power they were destroyed. Our creed must rise above the dark past, or it cannot light the way unto the future. Nay, we must find a new path. Well, there's nothing like a journey of finding paths. Let's keep moving, Master. Something will come to mind before you know it. So I pray, Zenza. So I pray. But yes, let us continue to the peaks. East to the village of Alagana. There Professor Eric awaits us. Alagana. When I return here, I remember the day the Temple of the Fist was raised. On that day, I was training, like all the days before. Then without warning, we were attacked. We, all of us, fought bravely, even little ones like me, desperate to protect our temple, our home. But it was all in vain. One after the other we fell, all the while the temple burned. Some few of us managed to flee, me with my closest brother Adwi. We stumbled into this village, smoke billowing behind us. And when I looked around, Adwi was not there. I never saw him again. Forgive me, now's not the time for sorrowful recollection. Come, let us look for the professor. Go on then, join the bloody resistance, add to the pile of corpses. That's the only difference you're gonna make. You're wrong. I'm gonna make a real difference. I'm gonna train hard and honor Rhalgr, and he'll grant me power. That power couldn't save a temple, our home. What makes you think it's going to save us now? Don't be a fool. No matter how strong you become, you'd still be one man against the might of the Empire. Say what you will, but my mind is made up. I'm not letting the bastard Imperials take any more from us. You just take care of yourself, you hear? Souls crushed into submission, the fire in their hearts extinguished. To rekindle hope within such people? That must be the purpose of a new fist. Praise be, I have it. Our new creed. To those who have had their homes stolen, their loved ones taken, naught is more desirous than strength. The strength to protect that which they hold dear. Well, I see you have found your answer, and rather more quickly than I'd expected of someone who'd sooner strike rather than think with his head. With the Order's purpose thus established, we may consider the question of place. I regret to say, however, that the old temple grounds are currently occupied by the Resistance, and there's not to indicate they will vacate anytime soon. The grounds hold symbolic meaning, a fitting stage for reviving the Fist, but ultimately, the physical location matters not. For our mission lies in the spiritual realm, within people's hearts. There, we will rekindle the faith, and all may know the solace of worship. That, as they say, is the spirit. Now then, I shall report on how matters stand in the region. But few Fist faithful remain, even accounting for those who practice in secret. Nor has there been any trace of a sect of Shadow, not since their misguided leader's downfall. Save for those who came over to the light, it's safe to assume that his ambitions died with him. We have a long road ahead, that much is plain. But we will see our journey through, one step at a time, and the first step begins here and now. Great, so what do we do exactly? We hold a demonstration. Give the people tangible proof. Proof that the fist is returned. Serenia, first impressions last, and you are the first among us. As such, I would entrust this task to you. You may leave it to me to round up the villagers. I shall cry up a veritable storm for the coming spectacle. Sansa, Ochaka, take the wooden dummy. Set it up on the village outskirts. And Serenia, limber up and tell me when you're ready. Striking dummy. Sansa, will you calm down? Oh, please ignore. No mercy, Serenia. Sweep the leg. Not many came, far fewer than I had hoped, but no less of a show will we give to them for it. Come, sister, your performance will mark the revival of a Fist of Rhalgr. Lead in with a shoulder tackle, follow on with a dragon kick, then finish it with a boot shine. Hey, ain't that the Fist of Rhalgr? But I thought all the monks were gone. Good people of Alagana, I'm Widargelt, proud son of Ala Mhigo and brother of a Fist of Rhalgr. All know the sad tale of our order. Years ago the King of Ruin laid our temple to waste. Our faith was lost to the people. But without faith it is the people who are lost. For to lose faith is to lose hope. But we need hope now in this bleak age, more than ever before. So I come before you today, and I beseech you, join me in reviving the Fist of Rhalgr. Let us restore hope to the land. You can't fool us. You just want soldiers fodder for our front lines. You're not different from the accursed masks. So it was in the past. Our order was reduced by power, swore allegiance to the royal family. We monks were little more than tools of war. But that was the Fist of old. The new Fist serves no king. It hungers not for glory. It thirsts not for blood. Nay, friends, it seeks only to protect that which we hold dear. Protect. Rhalgr's the destroyer. As his disciples, there is but one thing we ought to destroy. Our own weakness. Therein lies the strength to protect. Therein lies hope. I will not lie, I am no great warrior. My forebears will put me to shame, but I am not alone. I have stout comrades besides me, who are no less dedicated to the cause. My foremost pupils, Sansa and Ochaka, and Serenia, whose sublime skill you just witnessed. Serenia, please say a word to the people. Join us. Let us begin anew. To bring you hope, we will give our all, every ounce of our being. That we solemnly swear. My thanks, Serenia. Your performance paved the way for my words. All present lent their ears. No few opened their hearts. Already villagers have come, seeking to learn of a new fist. A fine first showing. Our forebears will doubtless be pleased. By restoring the fist, we honor their memory. I shall commence the villagers' training at once. Initiate them into the fundamentals of the faith. When that is over, we may continue our mission. Till then, pray see to owning your own skills. Ere long, they will be called upon again. So how far are you? Cross-fist training. You look well, sister. Stronger than when last we spoke. 3 minutes of rest or so? Our membership too grows stronger. Word spread after the speech. Others have come to learn, but it is too soon to be satisfied. I would welcome more to the faith, but there are villagers who still doubt us, our authenticity and our purpose. To convince them, I would demonstrate our techniques in real combat by way of cross-discipline match. For our opponents, I have a pugilist of Ulda in mind, assuming they are willing. You're well known in the pugilist guild. If you ask, they will surely listen. Will you speak with them on our behalf? You have my thanks. Go well, Serenia, and my regards to Master Hammon. Master Hammon, it's been a long time. Oh, if it isn't a familiar face and one I'm rather fond of. Chuchuta, Burukata, we have an esteemed guest. If I just could remember the voices I gave these people once, ages ago. Serenia! Gods, how long has it been? Well, well, seems I picked a good time to take a break from my wanderings. It's good to see you again. That it is. Now then, what brings you here, lass? A cross-discipline match? Why, that sounds exciting. Don't you agree, Master? Oh, yeah, Banya, so far. As well as be the other side of the world. Most sinewy Highlanders, and male ones at that. Oh, that switch coming from a sinewy Highlander and a wrinkled old one at that. I, for one, would welcome the challenge. I was growing wary of pummeling Chuchuto senseless. Says we won on a losing streak. But of course we go. After all you've done for us, it's the least we could do. The sooner the better, I take it. There's no time like the present. We'll head out at once. Hurry up and pack your things. We're going to Giabania. You go on ahead, lass, and let young Widargelt know to expect us. It's on, like an Ala Mhigo monk. Okay, and back to Alagana. The pugilists on their way? Rhalgr be praised. There's much to do. I will make the match known to the villagers. Tensa, Ochaka, be on hand to receive our guests. And you, Serenia? Schism. That is to be the venue. Pray take yourself there and prepare. You're here, good. The people of Alagana expect a quality match. Let us not disappoint them. Soon the girls will arrive with a pugilist. I'd also told the professor, but he will not attend. Science before savagery, he says. Ah! 7 elves, what are you? Ah! Sensor, Ochaka, we're in trouble. The voices came from the river. With me, Serenia. What? What, you bandits? Corpse brigades. My techniques, they have no effect. You look like a griffin. Well, well, we thought we knew every elm of your style, but you adventurer, you're not like the others. You're the griffin, the wretch who led countless soldiers to their doom, good men and women with lives ahead of them. But you're supposed to be dead. The wretch who died was but a double, and good riddance too, for he presumed to have ambitions of his own. I am the true griffin, and my name is Widargelt, Theodoric's heir and rightful king of Ala Mhigo. Theodoric's heir? King of Ala Mhigo? Aye, and in my royal duty I have come to deliver a warning. Such cults as propagate false beliefs will not be suffered under my reign. Seize any foolish notion of reviving the Fist of Rhalgr, swear fealty unto me, or you will meet the same end as your treacherous forebears. Lies. Theodoric's line is spent, and rightful or no, none would bow before you. Your people will not suffer another tyrant. You ruined me, Widargelt. Or should I say, Theodred, dear cousin? What? All this time and you didn't know? Neither who you are nor what became of your parents? This ignorance cannot be borne. Nay, we must rectify it at once. You see, your father and mother, they conspired to betray the royal house. For their crimes, his grace, my father, put them to death. And though your parents were the dimmest of traitors, they had wits enough to know when the game was over. So they sent their precious Theodred, then but a bawling babe, to be raised in safety at the Temple of a Fist. Though my father tended to that squalid little place soon enough. You dare mock my parents and my home? Who you claim to be I cannot. I will make you pay. Have you learned nothing? Your techniques are useless against us. If your defeat suffices not to convince you, look to the proof of your beloved temple's destruction. Listen well. Ala Mhigo needs a strong ruler. An absolute ruler to smite her enemies and restore her to glory. That ruler is me. Your feeble fist has no place in her future. It's not a good time for the match. With apologies to Master Hammond, I must call it off. Sansa or Chaka, pray return to Alagana and rest. I shall remain behind to receive our guests. Wait with me, Serenia. Sorry for the delay, my friends. Having been here once before, I thought I had a handle on the route. But it was the route that had a handle on me. Something the matter? Aye, harsh truths have been thrust before me, calling my very existence into question. As I am, I'm no fit opponent for you and yours. Forgive me, Master Hammond. Far as you have come, it pains me to say this, but I must call off the match. Well, that you don't do so lightly is plain to see. Whatever has happened must be serious indeed. For now, my boy, you'd best focus on yourself. There'll be another time to trade blows. Come you two, we're going home. Already? We've barely gotten here, and by the scenic route besides. Let me rest for a moment, will you? Oh, don't be such a milksop. With all your roaming, surely this distance is nothing to you. And Widargelt, to make it clean, we are merely postponing the match. Whatever it is that ails you now, I have faith that we will bounce back, ready to match me blow for blow. Master Hammond is a soul of kindness. I have nothing but gratitude. Let's return to Alagana. I must look in on Zensa and Ochaka. Meanwhile, please find Professor Eric. Tell him all that has come to pass. What? Let me paraphrase. You're telling me that Widargelt, our Widargelt, the lumbering slap, is in fact Theodred, nephew to Theodoric, the King of Ruin? And that this man who claims to be the Griffin, presumed dead, also claims to be Theobald, Theodoric's rightful heir, also presumed dead. By the gods, not even a drink-addled bard could make this up. Outlandish details aside, I have an inkling to the identity of those who set upon you. They're the self-same crew that raised the Temple of a Fist, the Corpse Brigade. Trained in counter-monk combat, they served the King of Ruin as his personal guard, though personal agents of destruction would be more accurate. But when their liege fell, they followed in their turn, becoming overqualified bandits. Even so, it appears they have not entirely forgotten their training. That would explain why, for all their mastery of a fist, Widargelt and the girl had no answer to them. But you could hold your own, I believe, is due to your pugilistic background. At any rate, now is the time to arm ourselves with knowledge. First of all, I shall look into Theobald's myriad claims. As for you, I suggest that you check on your friend. Knowing the oath, he will be confused and crestfallen to no end. That was not the right voice for Professor Eric, but somehow I couldn't get it right. It's you. I've known defeat, tasted my fair share, but not like this. I was helpless as a babe. The strength to protect I proclaimed, but I could not even protect my own. All my years of training, all useless. What have I to offer these people? And to think, the Mad King is my uncle. I am nephew to the man who murdered my parents, who destroyed our temple, who brought our nation to ruin. Forgive me, sister, I would be alone. Okay, and so let's leave him alone, and the episode should be long enough that I end it here. And we will continue this another time, namely when I leveled properly. Until next time, when we play more Final Fantasy XIV, I'm Mace, and don't get lost.